You think you will complete? Well, I saw Ralph yesterday. I told you he's gunning for, and he told me what to say. He say he'll hex you, and you know that you've been had. Yes, he'll vex you, and you know you will be mad. He'll hex you, yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll hex you, yeah, yeah, yeah. It wrecks you, yeah, yeah, yeah. With flats like that, you know you will be sad. My apologies to Raw there, and apologies to anybody who actually was here when I started the stream. I apologize. That was brutal. Good morning, Warble J. Good morning, Hologro. That is a little precursor. Let me go ahead and pop up on screen here. Hello, how are we doing? So we're going to be doing a special version of the Enigma. This happens every year in April. The first part of the issue is something called RALFs. Basically, they are not necessary for a flat complete. You don't actually have to do them. And generally speaking, like it's a sign of sheer uh, masochism if you decide to try to fully complete them. They are meant to be unusual takes on the rules of flats to sort of make things even more unusual. So these are sort of like the unexpected, unfair, illegal versions of flats. So that's what we're going to be doing part of today, and then we'll see if we can actually get into the regular issue, little baby there. And I'm not sure how many regular flats there are. We're starting at one, going quite a few. Looks like it's going to be 59. So 59 flats plus, as far as the RALFs go, there are 16. So I figure we'll go through the flats. We'll do one pass through the flats. We're not going to come back and try to see if there's anything else that we can get. And then I might do the answers for the flats, and then we'll go from there. How's everyone doing today? Go ahead and pull up. There is no errata. Oh, there is errata from April. All right, we'll keep that sort of in a separate window. Answers for these should be in. Oh, that is just making all sorts of noise, isn't it? That's no. There we go. There's the April solutions. Keep that in the background here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. And as people come in, they can join us. As you saw, I was singing the lyrics up here, which is to the tune of She Loves You by the Beatles. I appreciate the applause, but I don't think I'll be trying out for American Idol anytime soon. Let's see. The first one is Overloaded, Fully Altered State. So I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Overloaded obviously means that you have one thing that you are trying to replace, and it's going to be it's just basically both. But I have no idea what fully altered state is. It might be that it's two fours, and the fours, like one is two state abbreviations and the other one is two other abbreviations. Because I think that's the altered state flat type, is that it changes a state abbreviation for another one. Hey Ron, look there, this tavern's got a Mogul Pac-Man game. Far cry, I say, from Wizard Chess, let's try it all the same. I'll take you on, Hermione. Go on, take player one. Just use this pup to start it up, and we can have some fun. So that is my British accent. I think this one's going to be. I think this is going to be Game and Wand. No, because Game is in the flat, so it can't be that. Wand is going to be one. Pretty sure that that's the case. Just take this wand to start it up. Uh, what is the other? Slug, dime. It's not dime because DI isn't. Hologram, what do you have for the other one? Coin? Oh, it's coin. It's coin. Doi. Good morning, Arch Davidson. Thank you, Hologram. Got that just as you were putting it in, but yeah, that is wand and coin. So yeah, a complete overloaded. Basically, it's two words and it's just four different state abbreviations. All right. Suber, we never finished reading. Plus usage in reading. Sol. All right. I have no idea what to do with this one. Suber is basically a backwards rebus. So if if the word were readier, we'd have to read it backwards, whatever that would come out to be. Um, I have no idea. So Suber, so we never finished reading tag WNFR came about, I think, in the early 2000s as a way to do verses where it was kind of easy to get the answer, so you try to cut even more back. As it, you'd like if you give one line, just basically that was meant to be a really strong clue. In this case, I feel like we have almost nothing here, and the fact that it's a Suber apply sense gives me the sense that it's backwards. Um, so I think it's something to do with the flat, which would mean that we'd want it backwards, which would be TALF. But beyond that, I have no idea. And I'm not going to spend too long on each one of these because they are so difficult. We're not going to get them all on one pass. We'll be lucky, I think, to get a third of them out of the 15. Like I think there's only 15 or 16. So I'm gonna actually I'll say a quarter. If we get four or more, if we get more than four, we'll succeed. I'll set that as the benchmark. False transposal 5-5. Now that should not be a false. Like there should be no way to do a false transposal. As she south through that treatise on shout, does anything special jump out? Uh, so I think, yeah, it's going to be leafs and fleas. And the reason it's a false transposal is they are transposal of the word false. Very clever. And now you get some idea of what sort of like shenanigans are going on here. First, sound change. 5-6. You think you show your five with quips that Gen Z likes to use? That's having yeet come through your lips will make you strong. Some news. Your lame terms will tip them off. They won't fall for your tricks. They'll humor you and then they'll cough. Weird flex, but okay, 6. So humor and boomer. No, it can't be humor because humor's in the text. One flat in this issue does have the error that cannot be named. So it could be that somebody just missed that in the humor thing. But I feel like it's got to be humor and boomer, right? Am I Arch? You got this one. So what do you think it is? All right, so we'll see what's really going on here because that does seem kind of. It also is very like just standard. Like you could just it's just whatever. Um, like you could just have that in a regular issue. So I feel like there's got to be something else here. Palindrome deletion 8. Elua, not MW. Mai ka'a wale o panini pua Aloha makau I keo ki onioni goldi ilua. I apologize to any Hawaiian out there for how much I just butchered that. Um, what's weird is we don't have we don't have the other aspect. Like we've got Alua, but unless the entire thing is a deletion, like if the entire thing is a if the entire thing is a palindrome, then the deletion of it would just be non-existent, right? Uh, Hologar's got it. Warblejay's got it. Hologar, you were first. What do you have? Redivided. I mean, I wanted to be Goldie Hawn, but that wouldn't make any sense with the Hawaiian. It's Hawaiian and then Han. But then yeah, it's weird. Yeah, Hawaiian becomes Han. That's how did I miss? I'm getting stupid. Thank you all. Reduction, décapitation. 5 is Ni3, 5 is Ni3, Quattro Ni3, online MW phrase usage. And my wife and my mother-in-law always compliment me on my Spanish pronunciation. We'll see how wrong they are. Los gatos grandes comen frutas, que se llama genipapo. Sixes les gusta la cuatro fría dentro de la fiv. No sapo, RPO, tral de fuego, WJ. Okay. The big cats eat fruit that are called, and I don't know what Jenny Papo is. And then something for sixes, like cold between whatever the 5 is. But then I'm not sure what no sapo is. So let's see how bad I got some of that. Jenny Papo Jenny Papo is Jenny Papo. It is a type of tree in the family of Rubiaceae, native to tropical forests. It does have a fruit that kind of looks a little bit weird on the inside. It has gelatinous pulp, as it says. Um, Dentro. Dentro might be teeth and stuff. I was thinking of this between. Inside. No, it is inside. Yeah. Sapo. Spanish to English. Is toad. No toad? That's weird. Um, so frog is Rana. Good morning, Shanahan. Wonder if that might be what it is. Because Aranya is something as well. So reduction should be we're losing a letter from 6 to 5. And then we're losing a letter from 5 to 4, but it's going to be the first letter. Oh, Aranya, that's right. Arana's spider. Here, let's do this. Lions and tigers. Yeah, it's not lion. It's not Pantera. Cougar. What other big cats are there? Lynxes? Ocelots are not big. Um, Lions, tigers, panthers, cougars. I'm forgetting a big one, I think. South American cat. Jaguar. How am I forgetting jaguar? Oh, jaguar, agua, la agua fria. But then that would make the five jagua. Which I don't think would be it. Um, so yeah, it feels like six is going to be jaguar. It feels like Quattro is going to be agua. I mean, jugar, I think, is play. Reducción is reduction. Decapitación is, yeah, decapitation. Um, but it would have to be jaguar for that to work, and I don't think that that is the case. I mean, unless it's specifically like we're doing the English and French words. So, I mean, Spanish words. Um, the no toad thing is just kind of weird, right? No sapo. Like that doesn't make any sense. Prana isn't a word. Arana is spider. Krana is crane. It might mean that there are two fives. It might mean that we're looking at two different fives. Um, Whatever the five is, it's definitely not common. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. I think. I definitely think that the six is jaguar. We'll go ahead and put that in, and we'll put in agua for the four. But yeah, we're not coming up. I don't think we're coming up with the five, unless jaguar is something. Problem is, it wouldn't be a reduction then. Oh, actually, jaguar might be it. It's jaguar plant is also known as the Jenny Papo. All right, well, there we go. I guess reduction in this case is terminal deletion, or not terminal deletion, but uh, taking it off the end instead. But jaguar is correct. Phonetic palindrome deletion 4. Hat tip to 2019 September number 49. Ooh, not MW. No cuckoo will speak to you. Don't think it untoward. You won't hear anything but ooh. You got it, not a word. And we're looking at 4 as the long. No mime will speak to you. Don't think it untoward. You won't hear anything but you got it, not a word. There we go. Clever. All right, let's go to 8. Oops, I went a little bit too far there. Order takeout. That's where you take out letters that are consecutive. So like you might take out an AB, you might take out an NOP, but the letters, whatever letters are consecutive in the word. And we're looking at a 1113331111411311113. If that makes any sense. I don't even know how this is broken up. Like, I have to assume. I don't even know. I don't know. Sutcliffe Hay, I saw an ad for awesome Indian butter. Offered only by our TV network, they did mutter. Also saw some shiny coal, a Dutch commercial airline. Scanned some 2D barcodes on a beetle, fix my hairline. What I buy the comb so long, you've not done up your pants. We can't go round like that in the heat of short in France. So I think the three here is eat et ete for summer. And then looking at this, a lot of it just feels like it's going to be. Let's see. So we have ABC. Ghee is in here. Sutcliffe is stew. Let's see. Shiny coal. What is shiny coal? I'm not finding anything that really matches it. Uh, 2D barcodes on a beetle would be VW, VW and QR codes. So let's see, QR, VW. You've not done up your pants. So I think that's going to be XYZ. And then I think we've got stew in there in between QR and VW. So trying to get the parsing of this right. The comb, ABC, GHI. Let's see, I still need A, JK, elemental P. Plus, presumably, at. How many letters we got total here? 12, 15, 19, 21, 24, 26. Yeah, it's going to be every letter of the alphabet. And I think we have to put it in order. And then we're going to be left over with ETE at the end of it. But then the parsing of it is just kind of weird. Jet. ABC Def G. Jet. KLM. Nope. So the first bit would be ABC is our initials. Each word is capitalized. Or each letter of the abbreviation is capitalized. So you'd want to indicate that each is a capital letter on their own. So I think it's ABC, Def, G, Jet, KLM, Nope, QR, Stu, VW, XYZ, and then we're left over with ETE at the end. And I think G is like an alternate spelling for G, and Def is like Def Jam. It's meant to be awesome. But I think that's going to be it. And then pretty much because it's an order takeout, everything is coming out of that except for an ETE, and that's it. So, and KLM is definitely a Dutch commercial airline. QR codes, VW, and then I think fixed my hairline is just extra there. The XYZ is, I remember using that before as a kid, like XYZ, XYZ, PDQ, XYZ, PDQ. Your fly's down, McFly. Kids are mean. All right, word deletion 9. In, not MW. I have a strong all that my cover is blown, and a slug will soon meet my occipital bone. I've an itch at my out. Though I can't save my skin, perhaps I will try when I get around in. I have an itch at my... Kind of want word deletion here to just be word, but I don't think that's it. Arch Davidson has in and all, so and therefore out, presumably. What do you have? What do you have, Arch? Because these are Ralphs, I'm not holding on to intuition. Interesting. I'm wondering if inion is something. And inion is actually part of the skull, projecting part of the occipital bone at the base of the skull. So it's like back here, I guess. That is, I am stunned. I have not seen that word before. I feel like crossword lovers would, I feel like that would pop up in crosswords all the time. It is a 5-letter word and all just common letters. Thank you for that, Arch. I said before, if we got more than 4, we were going to be doing fine. And we've got more than 4, so hurrah. All right, we ready for this one? I'm going to shrink this down a little bit so you can see the whole thing. 5th and 7th sound change. We have 6-5 and 4-4. 4-4 is not MW. Start. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth, lest any finding him should kill him, end. And then some sort of transformation here between, looks like a division of some sort, but the division is like it's different. I'm not sure what's going on with the third column. Fourth column just seems to be constantly getting lower and lower. I'm assuming that this is some sort of like the 6-5 is a verse. And the Lord said unto him, oh, therefore whoever slayeth Cain. So Cain is missing out of this. It's Genesis 4:15. Mark of Cain would be what's missing. So I'm guessing it's Markov chain. Is that what it is? A Markov chain? That's something I've heard before. Markov chain is A stochastic model describing a sequence of possible events in which the probability of each event depends only on the state attained in the previous event. Informally, this may be thought of what happens next depends only on the state of affairs now. That is a Markov chain. And get confirmation in the chat there, so excellent. All right, we're almost through the rest. This is a lot gentler than I thought it would be. Also, I've got all you helping me, so that's probably why. R11 false nanuple 410. Where twos of twos, a squamous crew not feathered throve, just 9 now rove, the school has been, alas, 18. All right, I want this to be decimated. And it's like tens of turns or something like that. But that's not going to work. Decimation is always like missing. The literal translation of decimated is, or literal way to interpret it, is that you were literally getting rid of 1/10 of something. All right, squamous. Scaly. So, like fishes or something. Fishes would make sense because then that's going to tie in with the idea that it's a school. What is the false non-upple here? I mean, it could be like a group of 9, and then you're just taking like whatever, like you're just trying to find a comparison between the two. This is an Ukuvu flat. Squamous is definitely an Ukuvu word. And I think Macho WI is his Ralph name. Or twos of 2. Also, it's weird that it's 2 and 8. Well, I mean, it's not weird that it's 2 and 18. 2 and 18 at least. I just cannot figure this one out. I really can't get decimated out of my head. I mean, overfished is a possibility. And if it's overfished, how would we make that not a non-nuple? How would we divide that by 9? Warble J's got a possible 4. What is your possible 4? Scad. Scads of Scad. I like that. Yeah, that makes sense. So if Scad is... I wonder if we're literally multiplying it by 9. So C is 100 times 9 is 900. That's CM. That's not working. It would be funny if Scad and overfished in base 36 worked. Base 36 converter. All right. Let's load this up. Scad. Okay, so that's going to be that number. Let me open up Excel here. No, do not do that. Nothing is... Do not change my browser setting. Knock it off. Nothing is more annoying than a sudden change in what you're about to click on. And I really wish computer designers understood that better. Essentially, what happened was I was about to click on the Excel file that I always bring up when I'm doing Panda work, which I'm hoping doesn't show up on screen here. And as soon as I typed in one more letter of it before I could click on it, it decided to switch to a Bing lookup of the name of the file. And I'm just like, don't do that. Just don't. Just don't. All right. So SCAD times 9 is 732L9. That does not work. All right. Uh, what else could we? I mean, I kind of want it to be shattered. I would like it to be overfished. All right, the four is SCAD. I think Warble J has that, but I'm not seeing what the 11 is, so we're going to go on to the next. All right, R12, it's right down here. Welded transposal. The edified studies the team has conducted show icebergs, but only their tips. Still, they go fast since the subject's destructed more quickly as heating makes drips. So presumably, this is the welded transposal is going to be something that has an L in the middle of it. So it's going to be like 6 letters, L, then another an anagram of those 6 letters. Um, but beyond that, I'm not sure. I wanted to be ologist or something like that, or I mean, ologist would be good because that would put the L right in the middle of it. Then we'd be looking for it. And we've got the O, so we'd be looking for an anagram of GISTS. I can't imagine that that's like gistologists, but no, I'm not seeing it. Let's go on to the next one. Phonogmatic Suber, Lexman. Here's a crypt, Lex. When ciphering what I declare, mix a number in two. Ralph says turnabout's fair. I invited a snow leopard one afternoon by the air near two scene of Breens and of Thun to drink oolong. The herbis is Swiss. Is that strange? When I offered a spot, he said, no, mine can't change. It's too long. Digits, ugh, this joke's bad, setup's worse. Who would ask in a sol, but Nern, please stick to verse. Who would ask in a all right, so I want the 3-3 to be tiger. Sorry, not tiger, 4T. Why did I say tiger? Because I'm going crazy. That's why. Um, snow leopard genus and species. Panthera uncia. So that is not going to be it, I think. Because that is not a 10-5. I like the fact that the 5 works for uncia, but I don't think that that's going to be it. It's also weird that it's Suber, and so far it sounds more like it's a rebus. And then we still have Lexman sitting in there. I mean, the X is going to be 10, I think. I mean, it'd be kind of funny if it were, in fact, like that 10 is actually supposed to be something else. Arch Davidson might have something. If it's Pantera uncia, what do you have, Arch? It's also worth noticing the 10.5 is not italicized. 4040 XL. I hadn't put together the XL thing. I wonder if we're meant to read the rubric backwards, and that's how we get the 10.533. So like it's NAM and E in 4T. Maybe it's a different. So the snow leopard is Pantera uncius. Panthera is an 8. All right. Aside from the 40, I'm not quite like I'm just not seeing what the 10.5 is going to be. I'm also not sure what the Swiss stuff is doing. They do live in high snow leopards do live in high alpine areas, but none in the Swiss. They're all in Asia. So Interlaken, yeah, here we go. Interlaken is the is Thun and Breens. So the 10 is Interlaken, and so interlock would work. And then I think we need something else for snow leopard, but I don't think it's. No, yeah, it is announce. Interlochen uncia for T. Interlock announce for T. Yeah, and it's not uncia, it's ounce, because that is a name for a cat. There we go. There we go. Morning, Kai. That was a journey. All right, 14. Progressive word deletion. 9. 3 is 111, abbreviation, not MW. He spun out his Durango 3 and fell into a lake, you see. The car sank 1 or 2 feet down. And yet he somehow didn't drown? What's going on? How could this be? All Alj reached up to his knee. All right. What is going on here? So what is the Durango? Durango models. SXT. So SXT, I think, is the last of the words that come out. So it would be presumably like that. And then I want it to be like, I want it to be one or two. I think that would be kind of funny. Um, Stonewort. It'd be funny. Stonewort, I'm going to check to see if stonewort algae is a thing. And then maybe there's a Durango SRT instead. Let's check Durango SRT. There is a Durango SRT. Stonewort is an algae. So it is, in fact, stonewort. There we go. Heteronym. Enumeration withheld. In 1833, they built the old Cape Mary's Church, the first one in Chicagoland, or so says my research. It's still downtown Van Buren, east of Cope Keep in the Loop. So come down for a visit. That's the ending of my coop. So heteronym is basically like, as far as I understand, it's like the same letters but respaced, like flu shout and flush out. Could be wrong. Oh no. Well, yeah, it can be like that, but basically, it is the same spelling, but different pronunciations. So each of these should. I mean, I want it to be ST. Old St. Mary's Church. Yeah, it's Old St. Mary's Church. Van Buren, STST. Maybe Station Street. Chicago Loop. And then I'm not sure what the last one is. But I think it's just ST. I think it's just ST. I'm not going to worry too much about how else to parse it. State Street is in the loop. Okay. So we have Saint, State, Street, Story. Not sure how ST is Story, but that does seem to be the gist here. And up to R16 for the last of the flats. 12th letter change, or at least the last of the RALF flats. We'll go on to normal flats in a moment. 444, clued in order. Come Hanukkah, we may with good begun. Thank God that Trump has been elected done. Only once. Oh, ST can be stanza. Thank you, Kai. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Uh, 12th letter change. Come Hanukkah, we may with good begun. I mean, it could be changing the L in something, but we only have two of them. Like, come Hanukkah, we may with good luck. Thank God that Trump has been elected lame duck. Or only once. I think the 4-4 is only once. The enumeration is 4, comma 4, 4, but since it's a 12th letter change, there should be two separate enumerations there, and neither of them obviously have. Good morning, Romacron. I wonder if what the Hebrew letter for L is. Yeah, in fact, that's it. Lame duck, because L is lamed. And so if you change the L from English to Hebrew, it becomes lame duck. That's really cool. I like that. All right, and that's the RALFs. We got most of them. I feel like we did pretty well here. We did not get 2. We did not get 11. The 7 one was cute because it was just mime and then nothing else. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick look at the guide here. Where is my window for? There we go. And I think, unless I miss my guess, I have to scroll to the end to get to the RALFs. Okay, Ralph. There we go. Okay, so 2. Coin and wand was correct. Also, both tarot suits, which did not matter to the flat. All right, Suber, we never finished reading. Plus usage in reading, and then we've got nothing here. So E, spill E, and I think E here is meant to be base or something. I'm not exactly sure how this one works. But obviously we did not get that. But the whole thing was meant to be ellipse. All right. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this one that we thought was humor and boomer. Boomer is correct. First sound change. Did I skip my numbering in the PDF? Yeah, I did somewhere along the line. Not sure where. I want to say it was here, maybe. We'll come back to it in just a moment. So this is not humor and boomer. The first sound change here, you may think you show your power with quips. And then it is okay, boomer. And what you're changing is pow to boom. So it is changing the first sound. And I'm going to put little asterisks around that one because we didn't get it. Okay. Hawaiian, jaguar, jaguar, agua, mime, silence. ADC, ABC, DEFGHI, jet, KLM, nope, QR, STU, stew, BWXYZ, et. Intuition, mark of chain. SCAD. Wow. Okay, so this is going to take some explanation. False non-upple. Okay. I'm not even sure how to explain this one. Okay, so false non-upple. What is non-up? What is the opposite of up? It is down. So SCAD was correct. 12 is what I skipped. There we go. SCAD is correct. And then non-up is down. And then we're adding an LE to it. So it becomes downscaled. And so we did not get that one, sadly. I think this is where I messed up the numbering. That is true Ralphian. That is true Ralph, all the way. Let's see. All right, so I was kind of right about how the word was going to work. In fact, had I thought about it a little bit longer, instead of going for the person it was, if I just simply described the type of science, I might have come up with it. But it is glaciological. I had the ology right, the idea that it was L in the middle for OLOG, but then instead of ists, I should have gone icul, and I might have been able to get it. So that is on me. Interlock announce for T, rebus with reversed rubric, in this case, interlock announce and 40. Stonewort, saint, and you are right, Kai, it was stanza, lame duck and luck. And then finally, yeah, that's it. And those are all the RALFs. All right, I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee here. And we're going to start with normal verses. Who's up for that? Also, cute baby. Yeah, no, I still a lot better than I would have thought, Hologro. I think we did very well, given it is Ralphian. All right, so we're going to start here. We'll start there for the flats. All right, transposal. I want to go back where the wild sea quack on the shores of Hudson Bay, where the Arctic char and codfish are. That's where I be to A. So um, this is these are three six-letter words that are anagrams of each other, and I think I've got it. I'm not sure why they were done in reverse order. Typically, you would see A, B, C, but C here are eiders. B is desire, and A is reside. Repeated letter deletion. That means you're going to take out all occurrences of one specific letter. On our tour of Western nations, I espied a casserole, a baker's oven per Alsatians. To my friend I shouted coal. Its blend of beef, potato, mutton, wine, and berries warmed my tummy. I enjoy the coddled, so my friends got none because I'm no dummy. Yeah, but I mean, you might then just go with different keywords then. I mean, it just feels a little weird. Um, on our tour of Western nations, I espied a casserole, a baker's oven per Alsatians. To my friends, I shouted coal. All right, so obviously, what we're looking for an Alsatian word for baker's oven. That's going to be our 4-3, and that's going to be like the literal name of the dish. Like petite four is like small oven. Um, I've got it. Holy cow! This word is just you're gonna have to say this word. But basically, you can get it just by looking up baker's oven. It is the 10, so coddled. I enjoyed the Beckoff, and I guess they're going with an FF spelling so that you can get back off. Yeah, beef and mutton both. Phonetic transpogram, clued in order. The Saul's so deliriously, verby, seriously, easy to divine. If you beaver, quick solutions, hunt them down to pick solutions. Breezy, this one's fine. I kind of want the six to be desire again. I want that twice now. But I think it's gonna be an adverb. So I think it's gonna end with ly. Like really. If you hunt them down to pick solutions, breezy, this one's fine. Breezy feels like it's gonna be important here. Fully um the fact it's twice is also kind of weird. All right, I'm not seeing it. So we're going to come back to that one. Word deletion. A mission for the newbie two. Stake out this building, hide from view. The winds were fierce as if it was fall. The building's one side where he stood. The job dragged on. He got quite all. His eyelid droops. Oh, that's not good. So I want it to be. I don't understand asp, why asp would be in this one, but it's going to be, I'm pretty sure, asleep, because Lee would be away from wind. Kai, is that what you had, or did you have something different? Sleepy. How about sleepy? There we go. A mission for the newbie spy. Good morning, Enigma twist. I do like the idea that it could have been asleep and it's just an asp talking to another asp. All right. Oof. Good lord. All right. Acrostical enigma, for those of you who have not seen it before, basically what you're looking for is within each section here, there's going to be a word that there's something that defines a word that ends with the start of the line. So, for example, we're looking for something that ends with IME or maybe something even longer. Um, that is going to add two extra letters. And then the first letters of each of those go basically finish off the end. But this is really weird because this is just not how you would normally format one. Um, I meant to wash that dirt away. I question ancient ways to clean. Categorically, I say testimony pretty deep, pretty mean. Get my giant mop today. That's it. So grime feels like it's going to be the first one. Uh, I want C to be really. Definition being pretty. I kind of want giant to be our last one, but I don't know. Could be mop. And then what's weird is that E. I mean, I feel like that E has to be involve the last line of the flat. I mean, unless it's that the letters have been moved, and so yeah, I think for B, it's actually going to be antique. And then C, categorically, I'll say. So I think it's going to end with Kate, but I'm not sure what it is. Then D is going to be testimony pretty mean. Kind of want that one to just be cute. If there's five of them, then three of them have to be. Yeah, I mean we have to have a fair number of extra length ones. Get my giant mop today. I want that to be man for mange. So let's assume it's not cute, but that it is Grant. And let's see what Quinoa has to say about this word. I'm getting sleepy and I don't know why. Yeah, there's nothing for Grant, unfortunately. That's 14 letters long. So I wonder if it's something else. Like, let's go A equals, and we're gonna do UKCD maybe instead of Broda. I love the fact that Broda's on there now. Let's see. Slime, slantendicular. Feels like that is going to be exactly what we're looking for. Yeah. Edu. Does that work? Indicate that it is cute, and then it's giant, not mop. And that is what's being shown here with the ABCD. I think that means I get to eat a bit of Pop Tart. Yeah, I mean if you ask somebody to define what slantidicular means, it kind of like it's just kind of like perpendicular. Like, well, perpendicular is that, and so slantidicular, I guess, would be like that. It is a very long and silly word, exactly. 6. Reversed metathesis we never finished reading. This is the way the swirl ends. Uh, Toilets and T.S. Eliot. I feel like T.S. Eliot and toilets is one of those like very well known anagrams. Like it's always tempting to go with that, but at this point, if I were to put T.S. Eliot or toilets into a cryptic grid, I'd probably find another way to clue them. Change of heart. We got a long one. All right. It has 8 tiny claws and has rotary jaws and cute eye spots adorning its face. It's a genderless bear that survives without air on the moon in the vacuum of space. Is the obvious meaning the item for cleaning the carpet, or blur. Tubes is not. And by tubes, it's not plus that I mean to discuss. What I mean are the things that get hot, not the subways in France. On that note, keep your pants on, since neither's will the point, if you please. But I'm getting embarrassed. By France, I mean Paris, not the French Quarter, where peace happens once every year. Is this perfectly clear? Understanding our moon sustains bears. Can you guess, if you care, that we, yes, left some there on each landing at various mares? Or is that pronounced Mars? I'll tell you tomorrow. Right now, I think nobody cares. Okay. I want somebody to send that reading to Bartok because I think I nailed it. All right. So Blur plus peas and bears. So I'm guessing that peas, which is the 5-4, is Mardi Gras. Um, and I want it to be related to Mars, um, or Martian. So seven is Blur. So for a Martian, it would be the plus would be Martian. But that doesn't work with the lengths given. And a lot of people have gotten quite a bit more than I have. Um, okay, Holograph's also got bear, which is going to have some element of Digra in it. Or Artiga. Cartograph. Blur and plus. It is not something ending with S, something starting with M. And then blur has nothing in common. I kind of want to, I feel like I should be able to get blur because I feel like it's got to be something that would come before tube. I've got some options here, but none of them seem particularly good. Picture tube is probably the one that I feel best about. Maybe tardigrade is tardigrade. Tardigrade would make sense because that would be the 10, right? I mean, that would be bear. That's why bears are up here, and that would work really well with um, Mardi Gras. And so then plus would be MS, and then tardigrade would be that. Let's see. Or by tubes, it's not metros. Tetrode tubes. Looking up and seeing if tetrode tube is a thing. Tetrode is a vacuum tube having 4 active electrodes. Um, so that works. Tetrode and metros. All right, that is a Q one. I like that one. I always like the idea of tardigrades. It always bugs me when I see like things that try to portray tardigrades as like evil beings that would wreck you up. All right. Overloaded phonetic pasteover 8-4. So I'm going to pull up the guide on pasteover. I vaguely remember what it is, but it's like when you take a letter out, but then you use that letter to replace another letter or something along those lines. And pasteover is not coming up. All right. And unfortunately, we can't go from the keyword because the keyword here is baby. Can be sung. All right. I'm going to warn you now. You may want to mute. My daddy was the family hackman. My mama gave unwanted tips. And I was born to pound the horn with pointers coming through my lips, from my lips. They call me baby driver. And once upon a quad of wheels, I hit the road and I'm paid. But if I'm your rider, I wonder how my steering feels. All right, that is the song is called Baby Driver, and it's by Paul Simon, and it is a great song. I love that song. It's Simon and Garfunkel actually. Um, My mama gave unwanted tips, and I was born to pound the horn with pointers coming from my lips. From my lips, they call me Carriage, maybe. I kind of want it to be Carriage Driver or Handsome. No, Handsome would be the wrong number of letters. I am not seeing it, unfortunately. Mostly because I'm stuck on Carriage for the 8, and I'm pretty sure that's not it. Like Rickshaw, I doubt it's Rickshaw, and it's supposed to be Shiksa. That would not work at all. Forget I said that. That was horrible. Um, you basically be dropping a phoneme out and then moving another phoneme to its place. So carriage, Eric, uh, Gare, rage. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. Let me go down to the next one and we'll try that. And let me add a line here to show my complete and utter failure on this. Freewheeling overloaded phonetic first to last changeover. 837. Can be sung, and I'm not going to. George Fox was fiendish with twisting locks. George Fox was friendish with twisting locks. Don't confuse him with something who is small, a friend who rocks and rocks. Say a slightly wavy hairdo. Fox's style was socks. Sorry, I think I butchered that verse, so let's not Sanduku with that one. Freewheeling, overloaded, phonetic, first to last, changeover. So I wanted to be Rachel. I wanted to be something about Jennifer Aniston and the Rachel, but I don't think that's going to work here because Rachel doesn't match the 8. Also, we have no indication that the 8 is not in MW. So I think we're actually talking about Friends as in Quakers. Um, and the only term I can think of is Mennonite. And if that's the case, then a first to last changeover would be Enna item, Enna iter. All right, what's another term for Quaker friends? Let's see. Originally, Quaker was a derogatory nickname alluding either to the alleged ecstatic fits or to George Fox's injunction to quake at the word of the Lord. So Quake Curly, maybe? Yeah, Quakerly and Way Curlier. There we go. Oh, yeah, Mennonites are more like Amish. Yeah, I had my denominations incorrect there. Heteronym I5 and 6. First, not MW. Second, first for Band of Brothers, Sully Cars, and many others. Thanks, T. Hanks. I think the thing that my wife loves the most about the Amish Paradise song is the reference to the young members of the Amish as omelets. That just cracks her up immensely. All right, 11, transposal 9. Some. Let me start that one over again. Some painters have easels supporting their art, and so do composers of great melodies. I wonder why word puzzle makers aren't helped. They can lease letters like Mastros change keys. I'm going to say that this is patronese. Patroness and transpose. Maybe that's the. I am a huge. I could go on naming Weird Al songs until the end of this stream pretty easily. Which, granted, is only another 47 minutes. Question is, could I do it in order? And I can't. I should be able to. I had a Weird Al playlist that I sometimes use when I'm puzzle writing, and I'll put that on and I'll start chronologically, and I'll just let it play. And it kind of tells me how far along I am in the puzzle writing process by where I sort of stop. But then I made the mistake of shuffling the playlist in the wrong spot. So as a result, my carefully ordered progressive chronological playlist is now all fakakta. And I could try to do it in release order, but that won't help with the album tracks because they'll just be in whatever order they were. Uh, they won't be in the original album order. So I've started doing by alphabet the uh, the list of songs, and of course, I'm sure most of you, if I remember correctly, I want to say Yoda is the last song, but that might not be right. It might be You Make Me, which is you make me want to break the laws of time and space. You make me want to phone home. You make me want to do a dozen book reports. You make me want to wrap myself in styrofoam. Where there's something strange about you, baby. I can't remember which finger on it. And then I'm trying to remember if there's a Z, if there's any Z's in the Weird Al. Oof. It does start with Achy Breaky Song. So I can tell you that. First one alphabetically of all of Weird Al's. Yeah, I think it's the style parodies that are always fun to listen to because they have to stand on as songs on their own. Good morning, Quizzy Dan. Oh, you missed the beginning of the stream. I did a pastiche of the Beatles song. Glad to see you here. We are doing flats from the Enigma from the National Puzzlers League. All right. Literatum 5 can be sung. Albuquerque. I think Albuquerque's it's I think third because Airline Amy comes before it. Airline Amy, this is my new mission to get you in the upright lock position. Sorry, that's horrible. Literatum. All right, so in literatum, the individual letters in a word or phrase are numbered consecutively, and other words or phrases are composed of pronouncing the letters individually or in combinations. For example, total equals vacation, vacations, 9-4 equals essay, 6-1 equals ivy, 2-5 equals 80, 8-1 equals envy, 6-3 equals icy, 7 equals O. The keywords are the strings of numbers, and the verse rhymes and scans with the numbers read out in full as illustrated here. I do not know if every letter has to be used. Each letter in total must be used in or at least one shorter part, and it may be used in more than one. Parts like 6-6 for I that use a number more than once are allowable. The whole solution must be an MW word or phrase, but the parts may be non-MW phrases. All right, so that is a literatum. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna. Yeah, that's a great line. Yes, Virginia. Slash through Dasher just like he was Freddy Krueger. I forget how that one goes. The Night Santa went crazy was is a fun one. I'm gonna pull up Amazon Music here. I want to take a look at my playlist now. I know we're getting sidetracked here. We're getting sidetracked just as Quizzy Dan joins us, so we stop solving altogether. Um, I trust you all just said we stopped solving altogether. So if you didn't, I will go ahead and give you the cue again. We stopped solving altogether. All right. Okay, so let's see. Sort default, sort by title. All right, here we go. Albuquerque is number 4. Number 1 is Achy Breaky Song. Number 3 is Airline Amy's. There is a song that is between Achy Breaky Song and Airline Amy's. It is a parody off of the album Polka Party. At least Quizzy Dan said it. Quizzy Dan said it in the typed it in. At least Holograph said it at home. So thank you for playing along with that. So Addicted to Spuds is number 2. The last song, and these are just off the. Oh, I should have remembered that. So Yoda is the 5th from last song. There's actually 4 songs before after that. You Make Me is one of them from Even Worse. You Don't Love Me Anymore is from Off the Deep End. Young, Dumb, and Ugly is from Alapalooza. That's a great song. And then finally, the last one is from Running with Scissors, and it's Your Horoscope Today. And that song has always bugged me because the song starts with Aquarius because it's in January and not Aries, which is traditionally the start of the horoscope. But it is still a good one. Literatum. Where were we? The chocolate 5-1 ice, the 2-1 strum off key. Those random alls are nice. They can't take those away from me. The coin with 3-1 I taught 3-1 the coin with 3-1 tossed. It made a 4-1 C. Is gone that $1 lost. They can't though take that memory. Um I wanted to be sounds or noises or things. So if it's what's weird is the one just keeps popping up over and over again. So if it were things, for example, it would be GT, which would not work, NTIT, HT. If it was sounds, OS, US, US, USOS, NS, noise, maybe, ON, IN, SN. Those random. And I feel like it wants to end with S. The coin with ideas. SIAIEIDI. Items? No. Ukulele strum off key, banjo strum off key, guitars, cellos, ouds. Trying to think of anything that is a strummed. But I am not seeing this at all. Unless there's something going along with the letters that are just a little bit like if we have to read all the letters in Hebrew or Greek, and that's why it's just kind of weird. And that 3-1 is also messing with me a little bit because I feel like that 3-1, I'm not sure why that would be um, I'm not sure why that would be asterisk. Enigma Twist has the 3-1, and it could be Abe. Enigma Twist, what do you have for 3-1? Because that should help us get the rest. Nero, that's $1 lost. So Ike, a dollar coin has Susan B. Anthony on it. Also has, I want to say Eisenhower. Dollar coin. Sacagawea on some of the other ones. But yeah, Eisenhower's on a fair number of them. Ike, Dwight, Dwight D. Arch Davidson's got it. I mean, the thing is, like Eisenhower is such a long word. It can't be. I don't think it can be Eisenhower, but I also don't see how it could be Dwight or Ike for that matter. Is the 3-1 just Ike? And I'm just not seeing how to then take that. Ike is part of the 3-1. So I guess it could be Ikai. The coin with Ike I tossed. Q? Yeah, so then it would be IQ. The uke you strum off key. Those random quips, maybe. It made a peak you see. No, I don't think that would be. It made a. The chocolate blank you ice. K. The chocolate cake you ice. The uke you strum off key. Those random quirks are nice. They can't take those away from me. The coin with Ike you tossed, it made an arc I see, or an arc you see. All right, thank you for the hints and thank you for the strong hints there. I'm not sure how to write this out, but I'll do cake you, uke you, Ike you, arc you, quirk. I think I was expecting those to just be regular words. I wasn't parsing them. Like for I don't know why, but I had it in my head that those were going to be actual words, and so I think that that probably got me stuck in a place that I wasn't going to come out of without being hinted. So thank you. All right, double cross 6657. Though shrewd like a true politician, he was caught in a stressful condition. As the monthly town meeting turned bad, he threed through tough questions folks had. He stood as the noose then got tighter to duck and won like a prize fighter. It appeared that he'd lost all control, but in four was his ace in the hole. I'll cut taxes, he said. Is that fair? Then he chewed himself fast in his chair. All right, so one, I duck and weave is what I usually think of, but it's not that because one is a six here. Duck and all right, who the F is texting me? All right. He. Yeah. Duck and dodge. It's not duck and cover, but I'm gonna try boxing. Duck and yeah, duck and weave. So just so that we know what a double cross is, I'm gonna look that up. So basically, with a double cross, if the first word is AB and the second word is CD, then the third word is going to be AD and the last word is going to be CB, which should hopefully help. I want two to be receipt. with the idea being that even though the past tense of it would be resat, we'd still be going receipt for the two. And then if it's receipt, it means that 4 would begin with RE and maybe SE as well. And then 3 would end with AT. Like sweat, maybe for 3. He sweat through tough questions folks had. Duck and swerve. But in reserve, yeah, there we go. So this is one where the conjugation of the things get a little weird. But yeah, you wouldn't necessarily adjust 3 or 2. Like you treat it like you would if 3 were a verb. So in this case, 3, um, you just put a D on the end because there's the E already in 3, like if it were an actual verb. Even though if it was sweat, you'd say sweated, and it would be an extra ED. There's a little bit of trickiness with past tense verbs, but it's completely fair. So it's sweat, reserve, receipt, or no, sweat is there. Yeah, swerve, receipt, and reserve. And there we go. And then 2, of course, you wouldn't say reseated. You'd say resat. Welded transposal. I hate this. I hate this. My current technique for doing things fast is 10 in the first word and 12 in the last. I cannot tell you how much I hate this. So the only thing that we have to really go on is that 10 is most likely a word that means fast, and 12 is a word that means technique. So like methodology. Um, is that in, yeah, methodology is at least a 12, but unfortunately, no, it's an 11. It's an 11. I'm sorry. Um, and it's not even necessarily a word that means technique. It's a word that's related to technique, which, good effing lord. Maybe something like Asian at the end of it. Let's try system. I mean, organization. And current could be electronic, which would be a 10. My electronic acceleration? Does electronic acceleration, is that be AA electronic? Yeah. All right, so we got it. This is an 11 letter sequence anagram twice and then split into a 10 and 12. That is correct. In this case, it is the word electronic plus the first A in acceleration is an anagram of acceleration, which is everything in acceleration except for that first A. And I hate these welded transposals that are 2 lines total. I don't care if we got this one. I do not like them. False engagement, 6735, both on line MW. While Jamie has a strong libido, Jackie far less feels the needo. A single name is no predictor of the couple who'll be victor. All right. While Jamie has a strong libido, Jackie far less feels the neato. So we have a 6-7, a gender neutral. I want it to be gender neutral. But then I don't know what engagement here would actually result in. That is a good question. False generally means that the relationship between and good morning, Skull. The relationship between the two words are going to share the same relation as some other concept does. So, for example, a false plural means that for whatever way that the plural works, so do these two words. An example might be the plural of cherub is cherubim. So another pair of words might be inter and interim, and that would be a false plural. In this case, false engagement, you'd have to figure out what engagement here is doing, and then figure out how to then change the words. Now, in this case, we're probably looking to find out who Jamie and Jackie here are, because both of these feel like they feel like the clue as to the relationship, which has to be in most cases you have to have the clue as to what that relationship is doing in addition to the words themselves. So again, I want gender neutral um, to be what's going on here with the false engagement. I want that to be the 6-7, but then we'd have to figure out some way to transform gender neutral to follow those same lines as engagement. So Jamie and Jackie married. That's just giving us a lot of stuff. I mean, there's Jackie Kennedy, Jackie Onassis, and both of these, by the way, are gender neutral names. So that it's got to be gender neutral. That's definitely going to be the case. So let's go with that first. Yeah, Jamie Kennedy is an actor. Jackie Kennedy. So what was Jackie was Bouvier, right? Jamie Kennedy, wife. Yeah, she was Bouvier originally. That still doesn't help with what it. Okay, the specific names are not relevant. I wanted to be sex drive. Oh, so you're engaging your car, you're bringing it from neutral to drive, and that's how that works. I imagine that engendered some discussion on gender and sex as equivalencies. Because I feel like that is the arc of the 21st century is trying to create that distinction, um, to understand that distinction uh, between gender and sex, and trying to help see what those differences entail. But yeah, I've stopped using that. I hope I've stopped using it. I think I've stopped using it to be synonymous. I mean, related, yes, but synonymous, no. But I've also been worried about. So I know I have at least one puzzle in the past that required the use of the term sex change, and I wonder how likely it is that that is going to be um, relegated to something that is just not used anymore in preference for gender reassignment surgery, which is a much better term for it. You know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Uh, 16, progressive word deletion. 6, 7, tagging withheld. Whole variant. Grand slam, e.g., slash, 1, Aslan, or some such, where 4, god of fertility, was much revered around 1100, 2, slash, a synonym for junior, slash, Armstrong who set foot upon the moon, slash, the word second tone, slash, a cashless option, slash, been at rest or prone, slash, impede, slash, a crew hand touring with the band, slash, a claw can pull it, 3, the Huskers land. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't use it now. Like if I had the opportunity to rewrite that meta, I would have gone with something else. I know that it was difficult to find the specific change that was needed for that one, but I would definitely not use that one. Even though I really liked the puzzle that led to it, I would have just done something different. All right, so this feels like it's meant to be like a series of crossword clues. So like 2 is probably BC. I want it to be like double something. So typically, so the NPL has a number of form descriptions, and the way that it works is that might have something like, oh yeah, it's double octagon. So what that means is that it's a specific shape, and then the words go in. And double just simply means that you have um, different words going across and down. And there is an octagon shape, and I'll try to actually do this out. Utah clock and pull it out. And where was 1? No, 4. I need 4. Dagon. Okay. Okay, so if I remember correctly, it's going to be dot 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 HR, because that's a grand slam, for example. And then Leo, Aslan, or some such is going to be lion. Where Dagon, god of fertility, was much revered around 1100 BC. No idea. Synonym for junior, younger maybe. Armstrong, who set upon the foot upon the moon, is going to be Neil. And the second tone is going to be do, re, mi. So we're looking at a 6, 6 here. A cashless option. Been at rest or prone is lane. Impede is going to be hinder. Uh, that's going to be roadie. Claw can pull it out. Nail. The Huskers land. It's probably Canaan. And then a synonym for junior is probably Kitty, with Huskers being Nebraska. Cashless option must be check. Howdy, MZS. Fortunately, that's what video on demand is for, and you'll get to hear me sing quite a bit. Now, I have no idea if we have to supply that, and I have no idea how far down I'm gone. Okay, so we're here. All right, I think we're going to finish off this page, and then we're going to save the rest for later. So we're going to do 2 more here. 17, transposal 7, 7. The Tesla forms an argument that automation will kill jobs, and he predicts that one day soon we'll be besieged by angry mobs. But others take an upbeat view. Resistance they say, be least, when time at work diminishes and leisure time is thus increased. All right. What's interesting here is 7 is not MW. I want it to be like nihilist, but that would not work. It's got to be It's got to be somebody with like a philosophy of some sort. But others take an upbeat view. Resistance, they say, be. Arch has 17, and I feel there. I know this argument. I feel like I've heard this argument. Luddite. The Luddite forms an argument. It's got to be diluted. Diluted. Luddite and diluted. There we go. Is that what you had, Arch? I like that one. Suber 7, phrase usage. We're going to con, but not on a plane. Why not, you ask? Please let me explain. It's more scenic by far to travel by car. For example, we're going by train. And then we have two R's, and Suber just means that we're reading the rubric. However, whatever the word is, we have to read it backwards to understand the rubric. I'm guessing that. So I want 7 to be a car make, like Lincoln, but that's not going to work here. It could be that we're looking for a city, like we're going by Orlando. I also wonder where the con was in 2020. Well, where it was intended to be. Definitely did not actually take place. Montreal. It was meant to be in Montreal, I think, or Ontario. Yeah, originally it was meant to be in Ontario, but that having been said, I don't see how the two phrases here are going to. It is not cheating to use Google in any sense whatsoever. I mean, there's Toronto is somewhat near it, I think. But I don't think that that would work for the Rebus. And again, we have to look at whatever this is backwards. Um, Montreal is too many letters. There's Concord. If you're going from Boston to Ontario, you're going through Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, or New York, I think. Or Maine. And I'm pretty sure it's more like New Hampshire or Maine. It could be. Oh, it's Niagara. It's Niagara. I say that just as Sean is posted Niagara. It's Niagara because it's R and then again. No oops, I managed to say it before you posted it, so I get credit for that. But R and again. All right, and that's going to do it for today. It is 11 o'clock here. That's about a 2 hour stream. That is a good amount of time to be spending on this. And we've pretty much filled up the page on one side. When we come back on next Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and actually make a little bit of extra space here. There we go. When we come back on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we'll go ahead and fill up this other side with the remaining God knows how many flats. I want to say there's like another 50 maybe that we have to go. How many did I say before? 58. So there's another 40 flats. And then we'll see how we did on the answers. We'll see how we did on the ones we missed, and so on. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back on Friday for more puzzling with the listener. If you have a suggestion for something else we can be doing on Wednesdays, feel free to drop by the Discord, which I should probably put a link in the chat because I keep forgetting that the Discord link only lasts a week. So I'm going to got it there. Let's see, invite people. Let's see, copy. And there we go. There's the Discord link. There's nothing going on in that Discord right now. I still have no idea how I'm going to make that Discord more exciting. But the first thing that you can do is go to the channel Twitch streams and let me know what you think that this should be on this stream. Anyway, folks, ciao, and I'll see you all later. Oh, we should probably go raid somebody. Let's go raid somebody. If there's anybody to raid. There's never anybody to raid, unfortunately, when I do these. If I lasted 1 hour longer, if I decided to go 1 hour longer, I could raid Quizzy Dan, who's probably sitting there going like, why don't you just go on later? And that way you can raid me. And unfortunately, there's no one to raid. All right, folks. See you all later. Ciao.